Earth and Brackets was actually founded back at a COP in Nairobi years ago, and it's a group of students who work coming out of College of the Atlantic, and we're an international group of students. And really what we do is knowledge translation. So we sit in negotiations, and we translate them for a broader audience. Lately we've been doing more work with the broader international youth climate movement and Global South civil society movements to help strengthen them and work in between.
Right. So basically the members are all ex-students and current students at your college, at the College of the Atlantic in Maine, in the United States?
In fact, we're all current students. Yeah, we're ranging from second year to fourth year students this year.
Right. And as you said, the areas of, what is it you've been doing here at COP18 in Doha? I mean, you've come a long way. How big is the group here? As I say, you seem to have been fairly active. Yeah. What is your purpose? What is your role here in Doha?
Well, we're 12 students here, and we've really been working hard between Global South civil society and the youth constituencies, trying to connect those movements, trying to bring forward a strong justice message, and doing a lot of that knowledge translation, so helping organizations understand some of the policy and politics that maybe isn't accessible to most people.
Right, which is a huge challenge. I mean, trying to understand the workings of COP18, of climate change, jargon in general is incredibly difficult for those involved, never mind those affected by climate change. Yeah. I mean, is there any specific area you work, anywhere you've been? Can you give me some example of how you've helped those affected by climate change to understand the legal jargon, the legal workings?
Mm-hmm. So I can speak personally. The policy material that I follow is adaptation policy, and a big issue right now politically is the issue of loss and damage. And most people, when they hear loss and damage, they don't quite understand what we're talking about, but really we're talking about direct impacts of climate change and impacted communities. The hurricane that just hit the Philippines is, or the typhoon rather, that just hit the Philippines is a perfect example of this. And it's the idea that communities are directly impacted, and it's not a problem that they caused, it's an unnatural thing. This is far too many bizarre weather events. So connecting that directly into the negotiations, say, look, on the table here we have the issue of compensation for loss and damage. The idea that the people who caused this problem should be compensating those who are suffering. And this is directly relating to a key issue that ministers are going to be deciding on in the next couple of days. So helping the civil society here to really raise that call to say, look, we need a mechanism on loss and damage, which if you think about sort of in the abstract it doesn't resonate with people, but if you think about what it means in the real world, it's a very powerful message, and we can shout that very strongly here in these halls.
Right, I mean, so somebody affected by the typhoon in the Philippines this week, presumably obviously trying to rebuild their lives now, but it would be a help to know that there was some kind of compensation, some kind of rebuilding available. And presumably many people in that situation simply don't know that, or have the means, the skills to go about it. So this is what you're doing, is it? Giving the people the skills, the self-confidence to make those claims.
Absolutely, and we just met with the Philippines head of delegation, and we just participated in action with the Philippines minister, in which she was really directly making that call, and she was standing in solidarity with civil society and young people, really strongly making that call, saying, look, we need to address these direct impacts. We can't have a deal that locks us into 8 years of inaction. That will literally kill communities in the Philippines, so we need to prevent that.
And you're obviously very active at the College of the Atlantic in Maine. Do many students involved in this activism now go on to careers working in climate change? I mean, do you have ambitions to go and work in climate change one way or the other?
Absolutely, from a huge range of perspectives. We've got alumni from Earth and Brackets and from College of the Atlantic working on this issue. We've got sustainable entrepreneurs. We have alumni who are negotiators. The head negotiator for the G77 on the issue of adaptation is a College of the Atlantic alum, and we have people who are working on the science end of things, on the policy end of things, really all over the place, and we're working to move this issue forward from all the different angles that we can.